Good morning, Hinton friends. We're here in this beautiful setting to just think a little bit, to meditate a little bit on not only the season of Lent, but this budding spring season. I want to share with you just a second my concept of Lent, at least one portion of my concept of Lent. When I was when I was a child growing up, my mother and my sisters and I had to move in with my maternal grandparents. My dad was quarantined or isolated in a sanitarium with tuberculosis. So, we were having to uproot our lives, and it was quite fractious, as you might imagine. My grandmother was always sensitive to these kinds of things, these being able to pick up on people's emotions. And she had this phrase that she used to use to bring us kind of into a different place from where we were. She would always say, "Be still, be still." Seemed like all the older folks back then said, "Be still." It was kind of a term to say, whatever you're doing now, you need to stop and come over here and quiet yourself or quiet your mind. As I grew older, my grandmother didn't walk away from that admonition. She continued to draw me in to the quiet. Only as I got older, she expanded that "be still" and quoted the psalmist by saying to me, "Be still, son, and know that I am God." It's interesting to me, the Lenten journey, the walking with Jesus, is a time to be still. It seems a little bit counterintuitive that we use the metaphor of walking or journeying, but also the fact that it's a time to listen. Standing here in the labyrinth at Hinton, it's a beautiful place to contemplate and to pray as you walk the labyrinth. It's a journey of life is what a labyrinth kind of is set up to be. It's a presentation or a representation, if you will, of the journey of life. For Christians, it's a representation of the journey to the heart of God. Lent has brought us to this place, this last week in the earthly life of Jesus, and yet we are still called to listen, to follow Jesus into the center of the labyrinth, where is the heart of God. So the center of the labyrinth, for me at least, translates in this season to the cross, which is indeed the heart of God. The whole notion that as we walk with Jesus to the cross, that it's more about allowing God to speak to us in our stillness and draw us deeper and deeper and deeper into a love that I cannot even begin to understand. I can talk to you about the theology and the doctrine of the traditional church. I can talk to you about the atonement theories, but there's something about the love of God displayed in the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus that is beyond my ability to comprehend. And I think that's what God is continually doing, asking us to be still as God draws us by the Spirit deeper and deeper into His heart so that we might experience the love that is God's creative spirit, but also the resurrection spirit that God offers to us. Be still and know that I am God. Let me share this prayer with you as we close. It's written by Patricia Wilson. It comes out of Alive Now from a number of years ago, but hear this prayer and join with me. Loving God, I trust that who I am today and where I am today are the perfect starting points for a closer walk with you. I thank you for the journey so far, and I praise you for the journey to come. Walk with me, I pray. Help me to move ever closer to you, ever deeper into your heart as you and I journey together. Amen.